ratio, which is plus, isn't it 1.5?
It's 2 stages.
Hey, my doodle, what's going on?
Taking a trip down memory lane.
Jacob, I'm gonna kick you. I'm not even joking. Anyway.
Ski hounds and nigger.
Oh, dude, are you watching the old Berserk video? I remember that shit.
Yeah, Yana's video was garbage.
Yeah, it was. Well, I guess it's just the two of us.
Hey guys,
Yeah, okay.
What you got there, George?
I got a shiny Pokemon.
And?
A video.
What Pokemon is it?
A Latias.
Oh, that's neat. Can I... Oh, no. Gorg, no.
Though it did kind of give me a hard time. I wasn't able to get one until about 3,924 soft resets.
I have no idea what that means. So, what's the video?
Audible screaming.
So the video is from a guy named Lulz. No, I'm not making that name up. He made a bad video on Yana's least favorite Pokemon list, and that's basically it. Where's my pay?
Hello people and welcome back to the commentary.
We're in for hell.
Roblox death noise.
Guppy, come back! You can blame it all on me!
It's your boy, MLG guy here to do it. Like I said earlier, I do one. I'm an angry celebrity chef right now. LOL. Without any more ado, let's get straight into this commentary.
Now, hold on. I'm gonna let you finish. What?
Don't act like you didn't just call yourself a celebrity angry chef out of goddamn nowhere.
Is this a sign of things to come? Because we're basically riffing at this point and I still want to fucking kill myself.
To get serious, let us talk about your production. Like, goddamn, this is shit. Moba's and Power Director's fucking watermarks overlay for some ungodly reason. In turn, you're recording all of your audio through speakers, which... No. And you're using text-to-speech here. You know what? Maybe I misjudged. You're not quite Ceratus levels ahead of the game, but you're pretty far into the future, my dude.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Alright, stop everything! Bartender, my tab's going out the fucking door! Okay, what? So, you gave us absolutely, positively fuck all in terms of context as to what you're covering, that being Yana's top 10 least favorite Pokemon. But you also throw us in halfway through the Christing video? In what fucking omniverse would anyone consider that even remotely okay by any stretch of the imagination? And where can I jump to that? Because at least then I wouldn't have to try to be good.
Might need to get some hearing aids for this one, because I can seriously only hear a small bit of the transition itself. Which would mean people with hearing problems would have to boost up their volume in order to hear it. As far as I'm seeing it, ear rape could not be an issue. I hope. Aside from that, where you start is complete ass. There isn't even a skip screen, which at least is something I can give credit to the likes of Jack Stevenson and One Week at Dash, where you can see that they did skip a good bit of it, but you yourself don't even give that courtesy.
For those who watch my top 18 favorite Pokemon times countdown, this entry may come as a surprise. The following Pokemon has 2 times that I really like. Enter Bronzong. Even though Bronzong has a great type combination, I can't stand it. Back in the Generation 4 meta game, this bell from hell was super annoying. When I searched for an online battle in Pokemon Battle of Evolution, this ugly thing showed up just way too often. Too bad that it is also a pain to fight. Before the Generation
Gain, how is it ugly? Care to explain? Probably not, due to your lack of explaining things.
Yep, you did it. You are winner.
Congratulations, you argued. Here's your fucking gold star.
Are you serious? That was it? That was all you stopped here for? An explain point? Why do we even need the rest of the segment if that's all you're going to point out? I know it's a bit cliche to say that the video just started and it already has a problem with the first point, but wow. Just wow.
And it wasn't even a good point at that. Yana just simply said Bronzong was ugly. Does she really need to explain? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder and it's totally subjective at the end of the day. Could she have explained in depth? Well, I suppose, but if it doesn't go beyond it simply doesn't appeal to her, then there's nothing there to elaborate on.
And that wasn't even the main meat of her argument. She was more using it as a quick jab to throw at it while transitioning to her main point, that being why Bronze Dong is annoying to fight in Gen 4. Also, hey, wait a second! Earlier in the video, Yana explains why she thinks Beartic and Ursaring have bad designs.
So it didn't come as a surprise that I wouldn't like Beartic, Ursaring and their pre-evolutions. On top of that, they have meh stats, types that do not go along well with their below average defense stats, horrible shinies, and the designs are ugly in my opinion. Ursaring looks really dumb with that giant ring on its stomach. Beartic drooling spit is frozen, which looks just stupid and gross at the same time. As for pre-evolutions, Teddy Ursa is a teddy, so no plus points there, and Cupchu is just as disgusting as its evolution. Next.
So why didn't you bring that up here to bring out her being inconsistent? I mean, I'll at least give you that you didn't cut out half of her point to focus on something completely different, but this is still dumb.
Oh, Avi, getting onto his case about not tackling the main meat of the argument. You have no idea. The production is really going to show.
This bell from hell was super annoying. When I searched for an online battle in Pokemon Battle of Evolution, this ugly thing showed up just way too often. Too bad that it is also a pain to fight.
Hold on a goddamn second there. Did he just bite Zadusto me, or did he just...
Nope, Lolzit Zelda actually replayed a part of Yana's video so he could expand her point and then tackle the main meat of the argument.
But then what was the point of him cutting her off? He could have just argued the point as a whole instead of making a structural mess like this. Oh, and you don't even convey this at all with your audience, so it's like they're going through deja vu, only in a non-catchy and confusing way.
Before the Generation 6 Steel nerf, Bronzong had only two weaknesses, fire and ground. To make things much worse, this spell has two abilities that take away one of these weaknesses. Levitate makes it immune to ground type attacks, and Heatproof takes its fire weakness away. Combine this with a good physical and special bulk, and you get something that is very hard to get rid of. It just wouldn't die. But
you're right in context. I see where you're getting at. But you missed two types that can definitely mess up Bronzong. Ghost and Dark. You know the Steel nerf, right? Now Bronzong can get hit with Dark and Ghost type moves, which are neutral to Steel and super effective against Psychic types. So, those types can body Bronzong.
She talked about Gen 4 specifically, numbnuts! Obviously nowadays, Bronzong would be weak to Ghost and Dark with the Steel type nerf. Except in this case, she gave proper context that her issues with Bronzong only really apply to Gen 4, where Bronzong was a bit prominent in that metagame as a wall. You see, this is why doing your video as you did resulted in laughably irrelevant points. After all, I should know.
Even then, she admits later that after the Steel nerf, Bronzong is a lot easier to handle. So your point gets invalidated by the fucking video you're covering. How though?
it just wouldn't die. But that's not all. The icing on the cake, it has access to some of the most annoying moves ever. It can learn obnoxious moves like Explosion, Hypnosis and Confuse Ray. Add some leftovers and this thing will drive you crazy.
I agree on the moves, though they can all be punished. For Hypnosis, some Pokemon have a type or ability that can prevent sleeping. I forgot what it is, so... Editor.
Whoa, is that little Billy stuck in the well?
Alright gang, split up and look for clues. George, you go with Doodle. I'll be here with the large amounts of pornography.
Why can't I have the porn?
Because traps are gay!
Sounds to me like a soul-sucking reaper coming to a countdown artist and failing at his job. Seriously, you couldn't even do a thread of research to make your point valid in text-to-fucking-speech. Seriously, you have to type that shiz. You're not going in unscripted. The script is inherently all you have.
And for Eruption, use Wide Guard, a move that is on quite a bit of Pokemon.
Wow, I didn't think Bronzong could learn Eruption of all moves. I could have sworn that he was capable of learning... Explosion. Which was one of the moves Yana talked about. Naxiel told me that Charizard can use Tackle and Unknown can use Psychic. Actually, that would give it something to use.
I guess that's what he was trying to get at, but there was some kind of typo or something. But what makes this even worse is that her main argument for her number 3 segment is that Typhlosion's spam eruption. Also, to tackle your point as a whole, just because there are Pokemons with abilities that counter sleep, that doesn't suddenly make the problem go away. What if the opponent uses Gastrodon to shut your ability down? What then, Sherlock? And even then, Mold Breaker still exists, which acts as a hard counter to that. And while you could say that Bronzong doesn't have Mold Breaker, what if it's a double battle? See, I can throw out hypotheticals too. Got an answer for that? Say something!
Not to mention how a factor to this could be that Yana's team maybe didn't have a way of preventing sleep from happening. I mean, people wouldn't really like forcing a Pokemon to their team for the sole purpose of being a counter to one hazard, right? Especially for something like sleep. A better thing to bring up is to suggest Yana to give some of her Pokemon a Lumberry, since it can cure status ailments instantly if the Pokemon's holding it. Also, the argument for Eruption isn't too good, since Wide Guard can be very situational and not entirely helpful. And we can only take a guess as to which of Yana's Pokemon can even learn Wide Guard, since she uses footage from other sources for her segments.
It blocks attacks that hit multiple Pokemon at a time. And for Confuse Ray, hope for good luck.
That's all that's amounted to. Hope it works. Good.
So your fix is to pray to RNGesus to smile on you instead of causing you to beat yourself up more than Silver's self-deprecating humor. This doesn't debunk Yana's problems with Bronzong knowing Confuse Ray at all, because it's still there, it's still a pain, and there wasn't even a fix here. I could at least give you a gold star for trying on other segments, regardless of how bad they turned out to be, because you at least attempted to give a fix there. But relying on luck to be your get out of Big Billy free for confusion isn't a fix, because then the very real realization of it being a goddamn coin toss comes into play. What if your luck is bad and you spend the next few turns devastating your own HP to death? What then, smart guy?
Also, switching out and using held items are a thing. You could have brought that up as a sort of counter to what she's saying, and even though it wouldn't completely invalidate her point, that would still be better than LOL hope guys, it'll be great!
Switching in a Pokemon battle? Pfft, that's silly. Clearly he took the XN Shadow School of metagame knowledge.
Oh, so that's why he's retarded.
Since Generation 6, the Steel type lost its Ghost and Dark resistances, so now Bronzong isn't that big of a wall anymore, but it is still very annoying, and I still don't like facing it.
You just mentioned the Steel nerf bringing it down. How is it still annoying? You said it's not a big wall. And it has crappy offense. Is it the support that bothers you? I don't know, and probably never will.
I want you to open a pudding cup and have it spew all over your shirt.
That is cruel.
I honestly hope it's a can of bubbly water.
Uh-huh.
Shit!
Anyway, seems paying attention isn't your specialty, cause you wouldn't be saying this if you heard what Yana said earlier.
Prepare for trouble and make it double. Oh no. Oh, Kangaskhan, I just can't like you. I already ranted about her in another countdown of mine. I talked about how horrified I was when a Kangaskhan which evolved from a level 0M corrupted all of my PC boxes in Pokemon Blue. That experience alone made me dislike Kangaskhan. But then, as of Generation 6, it became worse. Much, much worse.
Boxes can get corrupted. Or maybe that's not what it means. Okay, I have to skip the Mega Evolution part because she's right, it is really OP.
Put me back in the kiln, please.
Only after you wash your hands.
I love how you cut off the beginning of your point. No, really. Hollywood tier audio editing right there, Matey9.
Not only that, but you effectively wasted our time just saying, I don't know, maybe. Cause we definitely needed you to cut in just to say that bit of empty air.
What the fuck are you even trying to say here? That PC corruption can happen, but it also can't? Well, what is it? Where's your claim, commentator?
It's about time a legendary appears on my list. This time, I will rant about Terrakion. I remember being very eager to try out new Generation 5 Pokemon, such as Chandelure and Galvantula, in Wi-Fi battles back in the black and white days, only for it to be ruined by a stupid exploit involving Terrakion.
I can understand. As MLG guy, I have to see which Pokemon are MLG or Scrub. And it gets annoying to have a rock in your way.
Hey, did you see that cool ad about moon shoes? I can bounce up high and fracture my feet! Oh, and this interjection was completely pointless, you dingus.
I feel like we've been rickrolled, and this is why I have trust issues.
You know what, Guy? Me too. My other favorite thing is interjecting during a commentary to agree with the target. So much gets done, am I right, guys? I feel like I'm already dead.
Ome wa mo shinderu.
LOL. I just made a pun and now just realized. Anyways, moving on.
Ability justified, which raises its attack stat once it gets hit by a dark type attack. You can abuse this ability by having a Sneasel on the field during a double or triple battle. Let it use Beat Up on Terrakion and watch how its attack stat gets boosted 6 times. Now Terrakion uses Rock Slide and you're pretty much screwed. Gosh, that was annoying.
No, not always. Rock resistances or another Terrakion can possibly live the hit. And plus, there's always that unlucky chance that Rock Slide can miss. So you're not completely screwed.
You're missing the point of what she was trying to say. She's bringing up the general strategy that she had encountered in the past with Terrakion. Bringing up ways to avoid it won't be too useful for her because she's mainly going about how she dealt with the thing back in Gen 5.
Also, you want to know how to actually counter what she said? Bring up how that isn't even how Beat Up works! Even her own footage contradicts her by showing Terrakion getting hit 4 times because Beat Up only hits for the amount of Pokemon you have in your party. And while she does say in a triple battle, that still doesn't change how she shows footage of a double battle. So she is the gay idiot!
The thing is, Beat Up will hit 6 times because it hits once for every Pokemon you have in your party, which is always 6 in triple battles. To make things worse, Rock Slide has a small chance to make the hit Pokemon flinch, so if you survive that 6 boosted stab attack Rock Slide from a beast with a base attack stat of 129, there's still the chance that you will flinch. Hooray.
You can use Wide Guard to prevent the attack and protect your Pokemon. And plus, there's not the highest chance of flinching, though it could happen.
Any chance is a chance, my dude. Yana straight up says that the chance that it happens is what annoys her. She clarifies that in the video.
Like, the wide guard point still stands, considering that if you're in that type of competitive scene, those situations are more commonplace. However, there are 1.5 million other ways to block this play that you don't go into, like using Rage Powder or Follow Me to direct the beat up towards a different target, or using something to eliminate the stat changes on Terrakion such as Whirlwind or Roar to switch it out, or using Defog or Clear Smog to eliminate stat changes. You can also use Topsy Turvy to outright reverse his attack boosts, making his +6 into a -6. You could also use Whimsicott with Worry Seed and Prankster to change Terrakion's ability altogether immediately with Prankster's +1 priority towards non-damaging moves. And there's also the fact that in a double battle, Terrakion's attack set only goes up by 4 stages rather than maxing out, so some sturdy walls such as Tangrowth can take that hit like a champion. Or, here's a wild, crazy idea, don't play double battles, and before people say that it doesn't make the problem go away, in this case, it does, seeing as things stay the same and you're still playing the goddamn Pokemons.
I really got fed up with this because I ran into this exploit for at least 3 times a day. I don't want to build a team to go around that exploit, that would be too centralizing, and that's why I hate Terrakion.
So you don't want to solve your problem? It could be centralizing, but competitive players always prepare for the Pokemon they are going to face.
I don't think you'd be able to be prepared for virtually everything. You can only plan so much with just a team of 6 with 4 moves each. And even then, you may encounter something you didn't prepare for. Same could be said for the reverse, where you plan so much to deal with a particular team, but then you end up fighting nothing even close to what you were expecting. It isn't guaranteed to happen. This is honestly a very shallow way of looking at how team building works in Pokemon games.
I mean, even if a lot of competitive Pokemon have a lot of coverage, no amount of coverage can prepare you for the infinite amount of bullshit this game can throw at you. Like, how many times has a Kyogre gone up against Shedinja and been shit out of luck? More than 0. And that's more than 0 too many.
Furthermore, just because someone would be prepared in competitive wouldn't change how annoying the strategy can be to begin with. Double battles do exist outside of competitive. Just simple online double battles will suffice, and that may be where Yana runs into it the most. Just saying, oh, but competitive players are prepared, may not help Yana in the slightest.
Okay, so we're done, right?
There's another video.
But that's gay.
And it's 12 minutes.
But that's gay!
Hello amazing peoples and welcome back to the commentary.
Wait, weren't you a cat before? Why are you suddenly a football-headed Jew?
Yeah, who just changes their avatar to irrelevant bullshit in the middle of a commentary like that?
Should we tell him?
Let him figure it out for himself.
Figure out what?
Never mind.
I am the MLG guy back to do another one. Or should I say, the last one? Well anyway, I'm freaking Arnold Philip Shortman. But hey, at least I'm badass. You already know the drill and deal. Let's go back into this commentary reel. Sorry, I was just trying to rhyme. But let's go back straight into this.
What?
As most of you may have figured out already, I hate Pokemon that exploit things. I prefer honest and well-thought-out strategy. Strategy also means to not spam an attack over and over again.
Well, strategy could be spamming. On the dictionary it says the meaning is a plan of action or policy designed to achieve a major or overall aim. Their plan could be spamming attacks.
Your strat's fucking bad.
Does that prove her wrong, though? Even if strategy is like that, is she not allowed to feel frustrated whenever it comes her way? Also, holy crap, that is some major audio desync. It's so bad that it seeps into the parts where you interject, and it doesn't help either how you apparently have 2 Mobizons active and Power Director, and yet this still came out like this.
Oh my god, Liz. This shit you're trying to prove here doesn't change the fact Yana doesn't like exploits and spamming. Regardless of if it's truly strategy, Yana of course means more strategy in regards to like, actually utilizing the 4 moves you can learn. Status ailments, natures, items, so on and so forth. This argument over semantics does nothing to her belief.
Yes, Typhlosion is hands down my least favorite starter. Why? Well, for those who have battled Typhlosion online, what would you expect it to use? It spams Eruption, that's what. This is really annoying.
What's annoying is that you have not ordered a Thesaurus yet.
And here we have the best interjection of 2018. Congratulations, sir. Have a fucking cookie.
Is that seriously it? Is that seriously it? We really had to cut away from the video just for that?
I am not drunk enough for this.
Almost every Typhlosion I saw online kept spamming Eruption, an attack that has a base power of 150. Combine this with Typhlosion's 109 special attack and 100 base speed, slap some choice specs on it, and anything on your team that doesn't resist fire, isn't as bulky, or as slow will be poke-toast. This is especially annoying in double battles, since Eruption will hit both of your Pokemon.
Wide guard!
Get away from me, Hellspawn! Out of this place! Out of this place!
What the fuck was that? That's not the text-to-speech voice you've been using up till now. Meaning you could have been using your voice this whole time. Like, I'm not normally the one to get on someone for how they sound or whether or not they use their real voice, but this gives an incredible amount of whiplash that would be jarring to your audience. As for whether or not you're incorrect isn't something I know, but god, that caught me off guard.
Wide guard. More like wide gay. When can I yell about competitive butt fucking? It's all I'm good at.
Typhlosion is not an OP Pokemon by any means, but it sure is annoying.
Nah. I don't even need to pause it. I don't even need to. Here, hold on.
That was it? That was literally the shortest and stupidest one.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take you through the following step-by-step process. Making a meaningful interjection. Number 1, write a good point. Number 2. Number 3, profit. With these easy steps, you will know why stuff like this is not a good idea.
There wasn't even any elaboration. My god, are you a lazy commentator.
And now I throw my hat back into the ring once again to show you what you could have actually said to counter her point instead of being a gay rattlesnake. What she doesn't bring up is that the power of eruption lowers the less HP the user has. So hitting it with an Aqua Jet, especially with Ty's 78 defense, will either diminish its power tremendously or kill it faster than its chance of getting into Smash Brothers. Not only that, but she's talking like Ty's the only Pokemon that can learn the move when it isn't. Sure, the only Pokemon that can learn the move are the Typhlosion line, Entei, Camerupt, and Groudon, but that still falls apart when you look at how both forms of Groudon and both forms of Camerupt work better with the move, seeing as their defenses and special attack stats are all much higher than Ty's. So why is Typhlosion the only one to get thrown under the bus?
Oh boy. What do you get when you combine annoying, spammy, and brokenness? You get Aegislash.
Aegislash doesn't really spam anything. You could say that the switching is spamming, but no one just switches without attacking. It's like saying one turn defense, next turn attack, one turn defense, next turn attack. You're not even doing anything. And sure, they kinda spam Shadow Sneak, but not for long.
And you basically defeated your point. Oh, Aegislash isn't spamming, but he can spam Shadow Sneak. What are you even trying to do at this point? Refuting your own arguments? Cause let me tell you, you're doing a fantastic job at that.
Even then, doing the same shit over and over again can be seen as spammy. That, and you don't even debate the claim that it's broken or annoying, just that it's spammy, which is something that she herself goes over anyway, so what the fuck are you even on about?
I like playing football with anime.
Another thing is that she says Aegislash.
Fucking...
I like playing tennis with eggs.
I enjoy the sexification.
Aegislash.
I hate Aegislash. I can't really say that it sucks, because the thing is,
Skip that bull crap!
actually, Aegislash can learn moves such as Shadow Sneak.
I like playing basketball with black people.
How the fuck does King Crimson work?
Not again! This is so jarring to watch, especially with the fact that this is the phone editor we're looking at. So you skip something by having an ethereal being yell, "Skip the bullshit," and then we just cut to a random part of the segment. No explanation either. No one would have an idea as to how much was skipped or what was skipped unless they saw the original video. This is what we call not informing your viewers. Good job.
What's interesting is, looking back into Yana's video, going back to your last interjection, Yana actually explains that Aegislash is exploitable, and how it's easy to abuse spam with him.
First off, Aegislash is able to switch between its sword form, which is super offensive, and its shield form, which is super defensive. Both of these forms have their own stat distribution, while having the same base stat total. The thing is, switching between these forms is so easy and so exploitable that technically, Aegislash's stats look more like this. You know what that means? Aegislash has effectively a base stat total of 720, making it as strong as Arceus. Freaking Arceus, the god of Pokemon.
Thus making your last point look kinda dishonest actually, especially when she ties what we're seeing into the next segment, ties into the entire entry with how easily Aegislash is to spam.
which is a high priority move. This, along with King Shield and its 150 base attack, makes its slow speed stat practically non-existent. Oh, and good luck surviving that 150 base attack stab Shadow Sneak. The point is, it's very easy for the person using Aegislash to just change forms, but the opponent has a very hard time. This thing is just broken. But there's something worse. Something far worse.
The speed stat still exists. If another faster Pokemon uses a priority move, that Pokemon will go faster. And it's not hard to get that counter, because a lot of Pokemon are faster than Aegislash. and there's tons of priority users nowadays.
Nowadays? The hell do you even mean by that? Are you referring to Generation 7? Cause, quite frankly, that wouldn't help at all since Yana's video came out before Gen 7 was even a thing. Therefore, Gen 6 was the most recent generation when she made that list. Doesn't help either that you don't even give any kind of examples to better priority move users than Aegislash, or even better priority moves than Shadow Sneak. So your point does very little to refute what she even said.
Doesn't Aegislash's defensive form still have a big defensive advantage over most Pokemon though? I mean, I suppose maybe in his attack form you might have a point, but Yana talks about how easily exploitable both forms are to use, so your point only has half a ground to stand on.
Now, under most circumstances, you're probably right, my dude. But here's the problem. Priority moves tend to be pretty weak unless they're used by something with Technician. But there aren't any priority moves that are super effective against Aegislash other than Sucker Punch and Shadow Sneak, with one only working if Aegislash is using an attacking move and the other having 30 power, which is ass. And given how if you're using a priority move to counter Aegislash while it switches from defense to attack, you'll still hit the defense form before it can switch, so your priority shits will do precisely fuck all even if they are super effective.
Look, we're all 300% done with the video. He actually goes on to make some bare bones but decent-ish points. So I think cutting it here will keep us all sane. Anyone got any final thoughts?
Not gonna lie, the moment I saw the mobile video editors and the text-to-speech software, that's when I said to myself, yeah, this'll be bad. But anyway, let's go over some of the issues I've noticed here. There was the abundance of useless interjections, missing the point of what Yana was saying, not understanding certain Pokemon knowledge, unfunny humor, and probably one aspect not previously touched upon, the horrendous pacing and flow. Every interjection has you pausing the video and awkwardly cutting back to your avatar. It basically made the video more boring than it needed to be. It's pretty bad when I came into this with such low expectations and I still felt so tired while watching it. I know that you stopped making commentaries, I mean, the title of the second part is obvious enough, but let this be known for anyone trying to do these type of videos. It's best recommended to ensure that what you say has any purpose, and to make sure your video is as presentable as possible. I'm not asking for anything crazy here. I'm simply asking for a little effort is all.
Alright, look my dude, this entire two-part commentary was fucking absurd. Throughout the first part you didn't make a single valid point, and the second part the only points you made were ones that required basic common sense. And no, I'm not gonna congratulate you for baseline arguments. That would be retarded. This commentary just felt like you tried to hit a baby with another baby to test its durability. Like, you said words, sentences came from your mouth, but it never amounted to anything of substance. Putting all that aside, your arguments towards Yana's Pokemon shits had absolutely no ground to stand on. You argued many of her points with maybe it won't though, which adds fucking nothing to anything. I mean, I want to get mad at this, I want to have any kind of emotions here, but this was so fucking boring that I can't even manage anything. Like, it wasn't even laughably bad. This is just fucking wasted time, plain and simple. If you ever decide to make commentaries again, do more research so you don't look like a dumb gay idiot, and actually make points that are worth a damn. Find someone to look over your scripts or something, and you could be a decent commentator with a little elbow grease, but just put in the time instead of half-assing literally every part of the video, from your presentation to your points. And for fuck's sake, do something to keep the audience entertained next time. Like, holy shit, this has to be one of the most boring commentaries I've ever had to sit through. I know these thoughts have been all over the place, but it's the only way to express how much I want to care, but don't.
And finally, it comes to me. You know, there actually has to be something here for me to have final thoughts about. This was so nothing that I can't even coherently string together good advice that hasn't already been spouted ad nauseum in this video. Considering this was called the end of commentaries anyway, I doubt you'll have much use for what we have to say, but this more goes to the rest of the people out there. Do not do what Liz here did. Keeping in pointless interjections that add nothing to the video pads out the length arbitrarily. If you have jokes, add jokes, else why would I care about what amounts to a reaction video? Oh, but here comes another thing. Using text-to-speech when joking makes it really hard to tell when you're joking. Not impossible, just really hard. Especially when you prove to us that you can use your actual voice, there's really no need to keep using the text-to-speech as it only cripples your potential. Only use text-to-speech if you really need it. Trust me, it'll help you in the long run if you don't. Not to say the videos will be unwatchable, but they will more than likely be better. I would also like to mention, for you phone users, I know there are video downloaders you guys can pick up depending on what OS you use. Please look for them so the video and audio quality doesn't get hit. I hope this advice can lend a hand to those who plan to get into commentaries. Lord knows the less videos we have like this one, the less material we have, admittedly, but also the less we'll see boring and lifeless commentaries like the one shown here.
Oh, we're done? I was busy shiny hunting some more.
Whoop-de-fucking-do. Can we please finish our reminiscing now? We still have an entire tub of ice cream to eat before we lament over the days before the alt.
What's an alt?
It's a disease caused by an uncontrolled division of abnormal cells in a part of the body.
Oh, wow.
I'm just gonna shovel down the rest of this ice cream till I Captain America my brain. You wanna join me?
You doing it without your hands?
Naturally.
Good. Guess I'm coming with and bringing the camera.
I'll just leave.
And that's why I hate Raccoon.
Because of a strategy.
I don't want to be
The strategy
smart.
isn't really attached to it.
Think of strategy.
Yeah, I don't know why that
Number
makes
3.
the
It's like we're halfway there.
Yeah.
Jeez.